Investments in infrastructure and productive capacity have a large multiplier impact on growth and employment. And in the view of this, capital investment outlay is being increased steeply for the third year in a row by 33% to Rs 10 lakh crore, which would be around 3.3% of the GDP. Before we look at the details of this capital investment boost, particularly in the infrastructure, I urge you to like and share this video and consider subscribing to our channel. One of the focus areas of this investment is creation of quality of urban infrastructure, thereby improving quality of life. This will also translate into higher demand for housing and commercial real estate. Effective capital expenditure of the centre is budgeted at Rs 13.7 lakh crore, which will be 4.5% of the GDP. The key infrastructure and strategic ministries such as road transport and highways, railways, defence, etc. will lead in driving the capital expenditure in the financial year 2023-24. Trend in capital expenditure. Analysis. Share of capital expenditure shows an increasing trend over the years, and it is the highest in 10 years, with focus in infrastructure-intensive sectors like roads and highways, railways, and housing and urban affairs. Support to state governments for capital investment. The government has decided to continue the 50-year interest-free loan to state government for one more year to serve investment in infrastructure and to incentivize them for complementary policy actions. The enhanced outlay for this is Rs 1.3 lakh crore. Railways. The Finance Minister announced that a capital outlay of Rs 2.4 lakh crore has been provided for the railways, which is the highest ever outlay and about 9 times the outlay made in 2013-14. 100 critical transport infrastructure projects for last and first mile connectivity for ports, coal, steel, fertilizer and food grain sector have been identified, and they will be taken up on priority with an investment of Rs 75,000 crore, including Rs 15,000 crore from private sources. 50 additional airports, heliports, water aerodromes and advanced landing grounds will be revived for improving regional air connectivity. The Finance Minister announced that an urban infrastructure development fund will be established through the use of priority sector lending shortfall, which will be managed by the National Housing Bank and will be used for public agencies to create urban infrastructure in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. States will be encouraged to leverage resources from the grants of the 15th Finance Commission as well as existing schemes to adopt appropriate user charges while accessing the UIDF. The government will make available Rs 10,000 crore per annum for this purpose. Logistics. 100 critical transport infrastructure projects for last and first mile connectivity for ports, coal, steel, fertilizer and food grain sectors have been identified. They will be taken up on priority with an investment of 75,000 crores, including 15,000 crores from private sources. Regional connectivity. 50 additional airports, heliports, water aerodromes and advanced landing grounds will be revived for improving regional air connectivity. Sustainable cities of tomorrow. States and cities will be encouraged to undertake urban planning reforms and actions to transform our cities into sustainable cities of tomorrow. This means efficient use of land resources, adequate resources for urban infrastructure, transit-oriented development, enhanced availability and affordability of urban land and opportunities for all. Urban sanitization. All cities and towns will be enabled for 100% mechanical desludging of septic tanks and sewers to transition from manhole to machine hole mode. Enhanced focus will be provided for the scientific management of dry and wet waste. Public infrastructure for agriculture will be built as an open source, open standard and interoperable public good. This will enable 6 inclusive, farmer-centric solutions through relevant information services for crop planning and health, improved access to farm inputs, credit and insurance, help for crop estimation, market intelligence, and support for the growth of agri-tech industry and startups. Tourism infrastructure and amenities to be facilitated in border villages through the Vibrant Villages program. At least 50 destinations will be selected and developed as a complete package of tourism. These destinations will be selected through challenge mode using an integrated and innovative 85 approach, while the focus of development of tourism would be on domestic as well as foreign tourists. Finance Minister proposed to launch an app in which all the relevant aspects of the tourist destination would be made available, in addition to aspects such as physical connectivity, virtual connectivity, tourist guides, high standards for food streets, and tourist security to enhance the tourist experience. To strengthen domestic tourism, sector-specific skilling and entrepreneurship development will be dovetailed to achieve the objectives of the Dekho Apna Desh initiative, the Budget 2023-24 proposed. To encourage tourism in the border villages, tourism infrastructure and amenities will be facilitated under the Vibrant Villages program announced by the Finance Minister. Farmer-centric digital public infrastructure. Finance Minister proposed digital public infrastructure for agriculture to be built as an open source, open standard and interoperable public good for growth of agri-tech industry and startups. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. The budget 2023-24 allocated Rs 79,000 crore for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, giving a further boost to the government's program to provide housing. The increase in outlay will bridge the gap between demand and stock in affordable housing. More than 55% of the estimated gap in funding for projects under the scheme is now addressed, which will directly lead to the growth in the real estate industry. This will help in timely construction of urban and rural houses. The extension of CLSS will give home buyers the financial elbow room to make a purchase, but a standard definition for 60-meter and 90-meter affordable homes would have given a bigger boost to the housing industry. The creation of the new Infrastructure Finance Secretariat will increase opportunities for private infrastructure investment. Other highlights for infra sector. Under the government's Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, it is contemplated that it will cost Rs 80,250 crore to upgrade 1,25,000 kilometers of road length in the next 5 years. The government has been able to build 30,000 kilometers of PMGSY road using waste plastic, green technology and cold mix technology. It has been announced that a proposal has been made by the Government of India to permit investments by foreign portfolio investments, foreign institutional investments in debt securities as issued by Infrastructure Debt Fund. Central government has ensured that all the states in India will have access to the availability of power at affordable rates under the model One Nation, One Grid. Government will launch the Road Bharatmala Phase 2 to improve the state roads networks. The Model Tendency Law, promotion of rental housing has been finalized